Hey, this is Hardline, Destructoid's video game news podcast. I'm Jordan Devore. Today I've got Hamza Aziz with me.
Yo, 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 yo.
And Steven Hansen, who will not be doing that. Please don't do it, Steven.
What?
There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So this is our new podcast. I guess technically this is our second episode, though no one has heard the first one. But I'm told it's on Libsyn and maybe on iTunes. But this is something we've been wanting to do for a really long time. Get together, having an informal chat about news, sort of like office chat, but also in audio form for podcast listeners. And we are also chatting with the people on Twitch right now. In the future, we'll do huge chat for Destructoid huge members, and that should be good. So let's just dive right into this. One of the things that was pretty big this week was the Steam machine from iBuyPower, which is $500, and I'm led to believe it has a lot of teraflops.
Twice
the teraflops.
Twice the teraflops of the Xbox One, and I think even the PS4, or almost twice the PS4, or twice the Xbox One. There are a lot of flops happening.
Yeah,
it's like a soccer game.
I mean, it's a gaming PC. I don't know what that really has to do with anything, but there you go. For people who really care about their flops, more than anything, I thought the design was pretty cool for this thing.
And for the price value and all the hardware that's in there, is it a good value all around?
It's a lot better than what we've seen, like the piston and whatever
the piston was the worst.
Valve has talked about. Like it's the most reasonable thing for what they're trying to do with reasonable living room sort of deal.
Well, the GPU itself is $180, so the cost it would how much it would cost you to make this, you're probably not being ripped off too badly, and you got that nice little form factor. But are any of us even going to get a Steam machine? This is something I would like if I was rich, but I'm not. Not even close. What about you, Steven? Are you even a PC gamer?
You know, like I do a little bit, whatever I can manage, but I already, like, the PC that I would normally play games on is kind of small and is already hooked up to a television. So
you wouldn't need one anyway.
Yeah.
I would I have this massive tower, and there's no way I could hook it up to my TV in a reasonable way. But that would be, I would love to, because if you have a capable enough machine to play in like 1080p or higher on a giant TV, that looks so good.
You can't just get like a 50-foot HDMI cable?
I mean, well, that's why I said reasonable, because I totally could. I so could. Hamza, talk to me. Talk to me about the Steam machine.
I'm so uninterested in the entire concept of the Steam machine. Like, I just feel like it's just for people that already have really good PCs. You know?
You're not wrong, because a big part of it is, so it's Linux-based, and a big part of it is you can stream from one PC to your Steam machine. And you would probably need a decent rig to do that at good settings. So.
Also good Wi-Fi.
Good Wi-Fi,
like,
good lots of things.
You'd have to be already, rolling in gamer tech.
I think it's just like I don't know, the way I'm used to playing games. Like, if it's a PC's thing, I know I have a certain way I play PC games. If it's a console game or whatever, I know that I'm going to sit on a couch and completely like veg out and have a controller in my hand and just have a good time that way. And the PC I already have, like, I could just connect it to my TV, but I just don't want to. For whatever reason, I'm just so like, I just want to keep it traditional, which is weird. I know.
I'm the opposite. Almost just about every game besides, I'd say, FPS and strategy, I will play with a 360 controller. So it's like there's no real difference between PC and console these days, other than where I'm sitting physically.
Yeah.
I'm with you. The Steam machine, it could be successful. It could be a massive failure. I don't really know. But I mean, Valve is a good company to try and do it. So
I mean, they could get away with it as long as they actually have good marketing. And
Well, they have, and even if they don't, they have so much Steam money that it doesn't really matter. They can,
Oh, no.
they can easily keep going and do whatever they want.
Exactly. They could buy, like, I mean, they could just buy Washington, the entire state they're in, if they really wanted to. But no, you're right. Yeah, they could just do whatever they want. They always have the tons and tons of cash flowing in, especially thanks to sales such as the Steam Autumn sale.
Nice.
Happening today.
I didn't, nothing really jumped out at me in this first day of the Steam sale.
I finally pulled the trigger and got Rogue Legacy and Papers, Please.
Yeah, those are
how much are those games?
Worth getting.
Both in total were $11.
Nice. Yeah, that's Rogue Legacy. I think is $15 normally, so that's pretty good.
I'm not even looking at the Steam sale because I don't want to buy a video game ever again in my life. I have too many video games.
That's where I'm at too. Well, they always seem to do the same games in these Steam sales, so I own basically everything I would want to own at this point. There's like a couple exceptions, but
odds are that like a lot of the multi-platform games, like say Sleeping Dogs or whatever, I get it from consoles. Like that's the copies they usually send me, like a 360 copy.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I would love to get the PC version and just put in the higher end features. Like Sleeping Dogs had like a nice like if you had a really nice high end PC, you get this like nice texture package or whatever the term is, and like everything.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that game looked amazing on PC.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is, Steam sales are good for games I already own that I want to buy on PC for the better port, but it has to be so cheap for me to ever want to do that.
Right.
I'd be down for the XCOM Enemy Within expansion if that was like insanely marked down, but too many games.
I never see it. Yeah, exactly. I never even finished the the base game.
Well, I finally got to XCOM a couple months ago, and I was like, it was the first time in a while I was just binging games at all for like a 6-hour stretch at a time. It's really, really good, and the expansion is also really, really good. And I'd be willing to play the whole game again with the expansion because it's that good. But
it's one of those games where I feel like I need to restart anyway because you learn as you go and then you can do better. That's the trap I kept falling in with XCOM.
Yeah, no, I mean I because like turn-based strategy games are the only strategy games I play. Like I finished XCOM without I beat it pretty easily. So like I would go back and next time play it with the expansion and on like Iron Man mode, classic, whatever. Just have it in like the most hardcore way possible, plus the expansion, and it would be great.
The funny thing is it wasn't actually the combat that was tough for me. It was the base management. Did you have any issues? Yeah, it was overwhelming, and I felt so stressed playing that part.
Yeah, it threw me for a loop for a while. I didn't even know that was part of it, and it's really cool though, where you get the sort of the macro and the micro elements, and the expansion throws in a lot more stuff coming up in the sort of not technically the base management, but sort of the stuff around that sort of outside part of the game because you're managing this terrorist cell that wants the aliens to win.
That's cool.
I couldn't get into XCOM.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be that guy today on this podcast. I don't like the Steam box. I couldn't get into XCOM. I hate everything.
What do you like, Hamza? What are you playing right now?
I just started Assassin's Creed 4 on the PlayStation 4. It's not even like 4 missions in that I hit one of those horrible chase sequences, and I just got so frustrated.
I don't know what they need. Who is there championing these chase sequences? Because I don't know anyone who likes them.
Far away. Desync.
Yeah.
They're awful.
You know what I love,
game is
though?
awful.
What I love about the new Assassin's Creed 4, you can rate each mission, and every time I'm gonna run into one of these fucking bullshit chase sequences, I'm gonna rate it 1 star. Hopefully they get the point. Hopefully a lot of people take advantage of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I play a story mission. I just want to kill everybody in the mission and not deal with the storyline whatsoever. Just, I don't know.
You just want to be a pirate?
I don't like Assassin's Creed games.
I don't either. I do want to play 4, but that's just because they kind of are sort of moving away from the real life, real world stuff. But
it's even weirder in 4 because there's this really creepy meta where you're working for a game studio, and it's just so like I'm playing and I'm like, is this a cry for help? Like, are you guys okay over at Ubisoft? Like, what?
Send help!
What is this?
They've locked us in here. We can't stop making these games.
I do know that. I mean, overall, I know I'm gonna like it. There's always just gonna be that technical bullshit where they're never gonna get out of it unless they completely get a new engine for this AC franchise. Otherwise, we're just gonna see the same old shit over and over.
I mean, and that's by design because it's cheaper that way. So
yeah, but I think we're gonna get to a point, maybe with the next AC, where the same thing happened with Call of Duty Ghosts, where like just reviewers and fans in general are just like finally fed up.
Well, have we figured out how Call of Duty Ghosts has actually fared in terms of sales? Because that's going to be deciding on whether or not Activision keeps doing what they're doing. I mean, anecdotally in reviews, people are upset, but I mean, sales, they could be as good as ever. I mean it's the best-selling PS4 game, and I think the best-selling Xbox One game, so I'm not sure if they're hurting.
I feel like it will be the next Call of Duty where we see that, because people will buy these games regardless of reviews, I think, but now that it's not just reviews where it's being criticized. I mean, players aren't so hot on this game either. I'm kind of hoping that now everyone, even though they might have bought the game, they now realize that, yeah, we should probably think before we just blindly buy more Call of Duty.
You know what's going to be a shame, too? The next Call of Duty is going to be by Treyarch, most likely.
And it'll probably be way better. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was phenomenal. And then we get Ghost, which is just, ugh.
I saw that they updated the fur on the dog for PC. It's got the NVIDIA fur tag. I don't know that we actually posted that on Destructoid, but there you go.
Yeah.
Hot news.
Next gen fur tech. Thank you, PC gaming lords.
So, do any of us even have a next-gen console? Steven, do you have a PS4?
Yes, because I forgot to cancel my pre-order.
Oh, no.
So, I'm going to probably just be one of those awful people who, like, sells it on eBay for, like, twice the price.
Is that the going rate? Yeah, I haven't been watching
no idea.
that.
I'm going to try.
We, on the other hand, do have a PS4 on purpose.
No Xbox One, though.
No, it's probably going to come maybe in December, maybe next year. We're just waiting on whenever Microsoft has more to ship us people that talk about games for a living, so we don't have to buy it with our real monies.
Honestly, though, I really don't feel like I'm missing out right now.
No, you're not.
Not at all. I mean, a bunch of Chris Carter's impressions for these cross-gen games like Assassin's Creed that we were talking about before, Call of Duty, Skylanders. No thanks. Like, they don't seem worth it at all. And then the exclusive games, you got Resogun and Forza, but that's
it.
Okay, I'm not spending that much money for those games.
Well, the one thing is that you can think of it, it seems like we're unlikely to see price drops anytime soon.
Yeah.
Even within the next few months, like, there are good things planned. You have the new Infamous game, which everyone who's played it says it's amazing.
Mm-hmm,
you have The Witness. So, you know, it's like, it's not the worst idea to have already bought one at launch, because you shouldn't expect them to be any cheaper, and, you know, you get the novelty of having a console, I guess.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I've moved on as a person from being a guy who buys these things at launch. I can't do it anymore. Not after the Xbox 360 Red Ring thing. Like, that just scarred me for life.
Yeah. I wonder which one's gonna have the bigger issue, the Xbox One or the PS4. We're seeing issues in general right now. I wonder what's just gonna be more of a legacy.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think Microsoft would be super cautious after what happened with
the
it.
Xbox One is eating discs just like the 360 used to, right?
I never had that issue, but yeah, I've seen that come up. That's too bad.
It's usually just when you switch, if you switch the orientation of the console while something's in it. Is when I've seen it happen.
One of our commenters pointing this out on one of the posts we did about the issues with the hardware. We're not going to really see the full effect of this until after Christmas because a lot of parents may have bought them the consoles and they're just hiding it until it's Christmas time and the kids can finally open their consoles and nothing works.
Day one updates.
That is the other thing I'm not looking forward to is the updates, and the install times on the Xbox One are supposed to be pretty bad.
Yeah, well, when we opened up the PS4 in Office, and it actually was really quick and easy to set up, so I was happy with that at least.
And at least with the PS4, like you can do stuff as it's still downloading. Like after a certain point, you can just play with the game or whatever. I don't know if you can do that with the Xbox One.
I don't know. I'm not going to say the wrong thing, so I don't know. But I think the real winner this holiday season is the Wii U, at least in our opinion, with Mario and. Oh, I need to play that before we do our Game of the Year stuff because I know that's going to be my Game of the Year. I'm pretty sure it will be from what I've seen of it and played so far.
Handhelds have really won the year for me too. I mean, the 3DS was just a knockout this year from Fire Emblem and Luigi's Mansion early in the year, finishing strong with like Animal Crossing and Pokemon, a Zelda game if you're into that sort of thing. And then on the Vita, I mean, Tearaway is possibly my game of the year overall. I mean, Tearaway is absolutely fantastic.
I need to get that. I feel bad that I don't own a Vita and that I can't play that.
Yeah, the Vita doesn't get, it doesn't have the library that, say, the 3DS did this year, but the last 2 years running, my favorite games have all been on the Vita. I mean, last year it was Gravity Rush and Persona 4 Golden. This year it's Tearaway.
The thing with the Vita, though, is like the good games are way too far and few between. At least with the 3DS, it's been a nice avalanche of titles.
But with how much I've liked the games I've really liked on that, I don't even care. I mean, Lumines alone from launch kept me busy for months. It doesn't have the steady stream, but I still absolutely love the Vita. And again, some of my favorite games ever. Ever made, Gravity Rush, Persona 4 Golden are on the Vita.
Speaking of Super Mario 3D World, as you were saying earlier, I was just looking at the sales figures for it in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It did bad.
Wasn't it the worst Mario debut? Maybe I misread that.
Yeah, that's what I read too. It was the worst Mario debut ever in Japan, 100,000 units, something like that.
Does Japan not like cats?
No, they do.
I don't think Japan likes the Wii U, is what they do.
Yeah, that's the bigger issue.
It doesn't seem like anybody likes the Wii U, which is unfortunate because it actually has games now.
I like the console fairly well. It's not a bad little piece of hardware. It doesn't look great. The graphics aren't amazing, but Mario looks great. But the gamepad, I'm pretty into that. As a concept.
What is Nintendo doing wrong?
It's the same thing. They kind of had this with the 3DS originally, where they just need better names for these systems because, come on. It is. It seems obvious to us that Wii U is different from Wii, but there are people who still don't realize this.
Just doing the holiday buyer's guides when I was trying to come up with. I would be searching, and I'd search something Wii U, Wii bundles, whatever, and 60% of the results were Wii results, and I'm like, how I'm trying to find a Wii U, and it won't let me. If you don't understand what the difference between a Wii and a Wii U is, how are you going to find that?
Yeah, I think that's the main issue. Maybe maybe the price coming down, but they've now have games coming out that will be the games are ready. But I mean, with Mario and the new Zelda, then we got someone in chat talking about that. Yeah, I mean, it's the software will come eventually. That's not what I'm worried about.
Well, they were just so out of cycle. I mean, they were like, here's our new console. You guys are still happy kind of with the PS3, and it's not really a crazy upgrade. We're just doing our own thing, and people just didn't really respond to it like they did with the Wii.
I mean, anecdotally, that is exactly why I didn't get a Wii U. I mean, I'm rooming with Conrad, and he has one, so I have access to one, but like I was waiting to see what the Xbox One and PS4 would be like before even considering getting a Wii U. And out of all of them, I would probably still go PS4 first, as far as next purchases for consoles. But I don't know, Nintendo. I think they can turn it around still.
Well, I mean, look what they did with the 3DS. That thing
Exactly.
was sluggish. I mean, all they had was like an Ocarina of Time remake and
Star Fox remake.
Yeah, like
Steel Diver.
they had nothing. When I bought mine a year ago, like I bought Theat Rhythm Final Fantasy, the music game, and nothing else. But again, like this year has, I mean, and then Holiday last year they exploded sales-wise because they had more Marios and whatever. But this year it's just been a lot of quality games.
Yeah, I got my 3DS I think day one. I got it early enough where I got all those free GBA games
Oh yeah.
that I never played. Yeah, so that was not worth it. I mean,
Hey,
it sounds
speaking of
awesome in
which-
theory.
Speaking
Yeah,
of which, where are our GBA games for the Virtual Shop, Nintendo?
no kidding.
Where are
We
a
need
lot
to-
of things?
Yeah.
Virtual Shop. Where's Super Mario World
Yes.
on my 3DS? That's literally all I
They
want.
they could charge $40 for that, and I would pay it. I'm not even kidding. I want that on the go so badly. I used to, I mean, I even back on the PSP days, I did the custom firmware and all of that jazz, and I wanted to play Super Mario World so badly, but it didn't run perfectly, so that wasn't it for me.
Right now in my living room is just a Genesis and a Super Nintendo with Super Mario World, and I just go and I'll just play that all the time. Like, it's great. But yeah, no, I want it on my 3DS so I can literally not move from my desk, just reach over, grab my 3DS, and start playing it.
I never want to not be playing
But
Super
that's the
Mario
thing with-
World.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, I want it always accessible.
Always within
But I mean,
reach.
even like, I was surprised that Sony didn't roll out a lot of like PS1 games or a lot of new PS1 games, especially with the PS4 stuff. I don't know how that's all working out.
I'm surprised none of them really do that. Like, I mean, there's no backwards compatibility with XBLA games or Xbox original games or anything like that for the Xbox One. Nothing for PS1 or PS2 and PS4. Barely any backwards compatibility stuff for Wii U. Like, why? Come on.
I know they always cite that a minority of people use that sort of thing, but I would have gotten an Xbox One, I'm pretty sure, if they had full compatibility with XBLA. I have that many games on that service that it would have been worth it for me.
If they were to say Fusion Frenzy was compatible with the Xbox One, I'm sure we would have got one. Bring back these like old. You may not have much of a launch lineup, so at least give people like these classic old titles. Why not? People are gonna buy it again.
Even forgetting the older stuff, I was surprised that there's basically no XBLA games on Xbox One. Have they moved away from calling it that, or what? Because I mean, they have Lococycle, but it's
And
weird.
Crimson Dragon is a downloadable.
I guess those technically would be XBLA, but they don't seem to be calling it that anymore.
I guess I know they're saying they don't want to segregate stuff anymore, so maybe that's the thing. Like,
Maybe.
they're just calling them what they are. Games.
But even then, I mean, the only one I can think of that's coming soon or relatively soon is the new Capybara game. What is that? Below?
That's not coming out soon.
Okay, is it?
Yeah.
It isn't. That's the only one I've heard of anyway.
No, all we've seen is that one trailer, and when I went to talk to Nathan, one of the heads of Cappy, like that's all they had to talk about really was that trailer and some of the concepts, but like they had nothing else to show yet.
Yeah, I mean, their Xbox One isn't pushing a lot of that stuff. They're pushing a lot of their sort of extraneous media stuff.
You actually, there is
shows
something coming out. I think in December. It's Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood.
That's it. But that's also coming to 360. So
yeah.
No, that game's okay, but I really just need Super
actually,
Time Force.
I think that might be one of their surprising little, I don't know, early Xbox downloadable darlings. You know, in the same way that Braid was or whatever. Like this is kind of like Limbo.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I played maybe half an hour of it.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, I just don't think people seem to have a negative reaction whenever I talk about the game. So I can't help it.
No, but I mean, if you look at how many like very clearly indie downloadable games that Sony's pushing for the first few months on the PS4, there's definitely a contrast there. Like contrast the game.
Oh God, get out of here! No, no. I finally played Soundscapes, by the way, for the PS4.
Oh, that game's good.
It's great.
Back is so good.
Is it? Because I played and I'm like,
how
so I'm just rolling left and right and music happens? Wow, that's...
I mean,
I'm sorry,
is the
Hamza,
game,
do you not like platformers?
I love platformers. This isn't really a platformer.
How far did you get? Because it does get challenging.
Like the third level, I got bored.
Yeah, the first stage is not a good indicator of what that game is about.
All right. I have very little attention span. If you don't impress me in the first 5 minutes.
Well, you can pick what album you want to start playing. You can go and play one of the different ones.
Whatever.
Also, the user-created levels are crazy.
I just went back to Resogun and had fun with that. That's always a blast.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing right now with our Game of the Year voting coming up. I'm trying to rush through as many games as I missed as possible. So I only just beat BioShock Infinite this week. I have owned it forever, but I never played it until now.
Yeah.
So that was a big one to get out of the way.
That's where I'm at. I have it, but I haven't started it.
I mean, it was way shorter than I thought. I thought it was going to be kind of long. I beat it in like 3 sittings, so that kind of put me off. But yeah, I quite liked it, I have to say. I wasn't really expecting to, because there seems to be this big backlash against the game now. Now after it came out, like a few weeks, people weren't into it as much, but I liked it. So I don't know.
No, I kind of fall in the same camp as like it was a great experience all in all, but like if you compare it to what BioShock 1 was, it just doesn't hold up.
I agree with that.
I think that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, as a game, it's not that great. Like the shooting is still weird, janky BioShock shooting, and
not even that. It was Call of Duty. The whole
the enemy layouts, and you miss a lot of the charm of BioShock 1. But
I mean, BioShock 1, you enter a room, you just have enough time to scope things out and plan out what you're gonna do. You're gonna set some plasma traps here. You're gonna use this weapon and then we switch to this gun to time it right against the big daddies or whatever. And Infinite, like I barely use my not plasmas. What were they called?
What are they called? Vigors, yeah. I mean, they basically are the same thing.
I just stuck with I think like just one vigor. I forget, like the air one maybe or whatever, and just mostly use like machine guns and just.
Well, the guns were so powerful that you didn't need to use them. I mean, there are tons of issues with the game. That said, I love the world so much that I still really like the game overall.
Yeah, no, it was fun just exploring and seeing all the cities floating around and everything.
That introduction, it might be one of my favorite game introductions ever. I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm also doing Revengeance right now. Did you guys play that?
I didn't finish it. I need to finish it. It's overall, I really liked it. So.
Yeah. Did you get to the part with the kid in the sewers?
I don't think so.
Okay, that was painful. I don't know how far I am into it. I like it too, but there's some really painful voice acting in there.
Of course, it's a Kojima game.
I mean, really painful. I wanted to shut the game off. What else happened for news? I mean, it's like Thanksgiving week, Black Friday. It's been kind of a slow week.
Yeah.
That's why you go read my super fun holiday buying guides, all three of them.
Plug. Actually, your other two aren't up yet as of this conversation.
This live recording,
watching live.
But if you're not watching live,
yeah.
Or go back and read the games one, which is also interesting to read.
Give us a synopsis of your guides, dude. What's it all about?
I wanted to make them actually fun to read as well as to just scroll through and look at the things that you want to buy. So I think they're interesting and kind of amusing, and especially in the miscellaneous list that is going to be the last one to go up. There's a bunch of just random junk that is cool.
Yeah, you have like art books in there, and then you have
alligator meat.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah,
I haven't seen these yet. So.
Like what?
That does sound like a good Christmas present.
I've had alligator. It's chewy.
Yeah, I've had it too once. It was okay. I wouldn't pay.
You wouldn't
the
pay
price
for
that they were charging.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you wouldn't pay for it, but you recommend other people pay for it.
Well, look, the Amazon was charging like $12 a pound for it.
Okay.
I'm like, no, that's okay. I don't need that.
Johnny Viral, I'm looking at the Twitch chat right now. He brings up Titanfall. That is a lot of people that are hesitant against it. It's one of those situations where you just need to play it, and then you'll understand how fucking glorious it is.
I mean, when's that out? March?
That is out in March, yeah.
That is one of those games where people who own, I mean, it's also on PC, but people who own an Xbox will be happy to have that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's really the only thing that I see in the foreseeable future that would make worth owning an Xbox One is Titanfall.
Right.
Down.
If you don't own a PC.
If you don't own a PC. Well, I'm worried that, not worried, but I feel like they're going to put way more efforts into making the Xbox One version be more successful than the other versions.
You're probably right. I mean, that's sad. As a person who mostly plays PC games these days, that's kind of disappointing, but I think you're right.
Like, I mean, I would rather play it on PC and not have to get an Xbox One if I actually had to buy one. But yeah, I just feel like it's going to be one of those situations because, Call of Duty is the same kind of deal. Like, it's available for all these platforms, but the Xbox One version is pushed the most because, well, mostly because it has all the exclusives first.
I mean, it doesn't have the dog fur, but we'll let that slide.
I was really surprised I'm still surprised at the Titanfall backlash. Like, I understood it initially because even I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, I didn't even have to play it. I saw a video, and it basically looked like a mech Mirror's Edge with, like, wall running and all this, like...
I had the same reaction. There's this one trailer or video, it might just be footage, I don't know if it's a trailer, but they have a video out there where it's exactly what you're describing. You watch this and you're like, wow, this is different from the standard Call of Duty Battlefield formula we've been seeing for years now. I mean, what's not to like, Max?
Yeah, no, I watched I watched that one video and instantly I was like, okay, yeah, I could get behind this. It's like old school shooters with sort of more running around, but then also all this crazy like jumping around and jetpacks and whatever and wall running and junk.
Those trailers too. I mean, those are all happening real time in game too. Like I don't know how much of it could be scripted. I'm sure there's a little amount of scripting going on just to show off all the different features that can happen. But
right, but it could happen.
That,
it could happen that way in live gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah. And scripting to the sense that they have like certain, the enemy team like placed here, and here, and like they may have run through it a couple times, just choreographed the whole thing. That's what I want to say, choreographed, not like scripted. Like they planned out how they're going to present everything, but like all that can happen and more.
Well, I mean, and it feels like an organic extension of old multiplayer shooters where there was like a lot of, like Rise of the Triads type stuff where there's just a lot of running around, and like if you're looking at it from your first person view at like other people running around, it looks kind of silly the way characters move so quickly and whatever. But with Titanfall, it's like a very like organic version of all that like crazy hectic rocket jump type movement.
The only thing I'm concerned about with Titanfall comes with the story, which is the fact that the single player and the multiplayer are one and the same. They're not separate. It's all happening together. I wonder how interesting a story can be presented like that when you're fighting against actual other people.
Lord 420.
My concern would be more that are they going to piss off people who just want to do multiplayer by incorporating these single-player elements? I don't know. Like, it could end up in a situation where neither single-player or multiplayer fans are happy, and that would be too bad. But on paper, I like the idea of them not forcing a single-player if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Because that's fine with me. I'm just as well. I mean, Battlefield 4 was not good, and I would have rather they just not do it.
So a waste of resources.
To give them the benefit of the doubt too, it's Respawn. These are the original guys who made Call of Duty what it has become, or whatever, and like they're really good at what they do. So I can see it working out just because it's them. If it was anyone else,
you'd be skeptical, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the sort of B-side to Titanfall seems to be Destiny.
I was just going to bring that up, yeah. I mean,
too, yeah.
Concept-wise, I am more interested in Destiny, but as far as just straight gameplay, I think Titanfall is more interesting.
I mean,
both games look good, though.
Destiny feels like a hard sci-fi expansion of Borderlands, kind of.
Yeah, that's basically it. But you know what? I'm all for it. I'm not
exactly.
Really, the crazy thing is too, like I'm not really into Borderlands. I don't know why.
No.
I don't know exactly what it is about that series because I know it's good for what it is, but like it just does not appeal to me at all. But with Destiny, like I fucking want to be absorbed in this universe.
Yeah, conceptually, I like Borderlands. It gets a little bit too just boring loot crazy, but like, you know, like Borderlands 2, like I actually beat the first one. I don't know why. Mostly playing single player. I guess I had a lot of free time when it came out. But like Borderlands 2 looks really gorgeous, and I like a lot of the stuff. And I played it for a while with people, but as soon as they stopped playing it, I had like no interest.
Oh, I had to force myself to beat that game, and I just mean straight beating it, critical path. I missed out on so much content, and I don't know. That game the series kind of bores me, and I'm not sure why.
You know what? I think that's part of why I'm hesitant against games like Borderlands because there's such a heavy co-op component to it that like I don't want to have to rely on anyone else. I just want to be able to play the game by myself.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, Destiny has the same fears that why I don't play MMOs because like I like just single player games that I sit down and play stuff that you have to actually like devote time to and like be active in to have a good time is sort of weird.
I do like that Destiny offers like player events that you could just stumble across and you could just enter if you want or you just completely bypass it. Like that kind of multiplayer I could do.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2 did that really well. That was I stopped playing that completely. I don't know why, but when I was actively playing Guild Wars 2, that was one of the things that got me into the game. So those types of dynamic events are always pretty cool to me. Yeah, they're talking about Borderlands 2 in the chat now. That's the thing is, I don't really care for the characters at all, and that's such a big part of the game is the characters and the writing and personality.
Whoa! Why do you hate Anthony Birch? Why are you hating on Anthony Birch?
I liked the video from the new DLC about indie games. That was funny, but.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're playing Borderlands, you're probably playing a co-op, or at least that's the best way to play it, and you're probably not listening to the writing or anything anyways, because you're talking about stupid things.
I can't do them in co-op because someone in my party will rush forward, and it's probably me, and skip everything, so it's like you're always chasing after that guy who's rushing forward.
Yeah, that's an element of it. Like I want to take the game on my own time, and if there's someone else, I feel like pressured. Are they bored? Or do they want to go forward?
You don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah, and it helps if you find someone that you're like used to playing games with, I guess, or whatever. But yeah.
State of Decay game of the year for sure. I can see people really liking that. I thought the game was pretty good, but
Yeah, speaking of Game of the Year, I mean, Destructoid right now, I had a post go up about this Monday?
I thought it was Tuesday, but
Maybe? I don't know.
Monday.
I felt like
today's
today
only
was
Wednesday.
Tuesday when
Yeah,
I
that's
looked
right.
at it,
Monday.
Anyways, we're working on our Game of the Year stuff on Destructoid.com. We're doing internal voting right now. We're looking back at our favorite games of the year, various categories, 21 different categories. So like best competitive multiplayer, best cooperative multiplayer, best DLC, best action, all these different things, including like overall Game of the Year. And like every time I think Game of the Year, like the one that sticks out to in my mind is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. That game was so good. It was so good.
I liked it. I'm surprised you liked it that much, though.
I think the real shame is
I wouldn't
that
say it's my the Game of the Year, but like it's up there, like
okay.
third or fourth or whatever.
I can see that.
I think the real shame is that no one else is going to vote Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for best multiplayer because it has really good multiplayer, but no one played it.
Refresh me because I can't quite remember.
It was basically 4-player Ghostbusters. You just go through randomly generated mansions, working your way up floors and hitting like boss fights every like 5 or 10 floors, and like that's it. But it was just super fun and good.
That sounds amazing. I don't have people to play it with though.
We'll set it up, Jordan. We'll set up a Luigi's Mansion day.
That does sound really good though.
If we're talking actual Game of the Year, I'm leaning very heavily towards Super Mario 3D World.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was something else that was also a very strong contender. Not Last of Us, but something else. Oh, Tearaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. You should play it.
Tearaway. Last of Us surprised me because the first 4 to 5 hours, I was like, this is pretty good, but it was like everything I expected it to be and not really blowing me away. But from that point on, I feel like it gets considerably better, and it actually was like one of the times where like people were really hyping up like a big AAA game that I was like, yeah, okay, this is probably worth the praise that it gets.
Mm-hmm. Zoeker mentioned Saints Row 4. I don't think that's going to be my overall, but that'll definitely be in my top 10 personally.
I definitely had fun with Saints Row 4. The technical bullshit that was in Saints Row 3, like the glitches and the issues and stuff, and not the one. I'm not referring to like the purposely done glitches in Saints Row 4. There was like some major stuff in Saints Row 3, like audio issues for one thing, that was not fixed in Saints Row 4, and it's just frustrating that like they had all this time to like iron out these different issues. And that
is the one thing I totally agree with that. I mean, you can tell it's sharing so much of the same tech with the last game, and that it just cheapens the game overall in your mind. But it's still so ridiculous and fun that I had a good time with it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like overall, I enjoyed it. Like I had fun, like flying around in the air and everything.
Yeah.
And just breaking the game. Like it was horribly unbalanced and like done purposely, obviously. But
yeah,
I don't know. I can't give it like a Game of the Year thing.
What about GTA 5? Is that going to be in yours?
Oh, that's the other one. Yeah. That's definitely up there too. That I had a lot of fun with. Like I just really love the story, and Trevor, I think, is my favorite character of the year.
Being from San Francisco, from California, it was just so weird the level of detail in GTA 5, down to the colors of curbs, road signs. Like I was like, this is like insane. Like I had so much fun just like scenically driving through the entire game. Like I don't even think I've ever played a story mission in that game. I like just stealing a bicycle and pedaling to Venice Beach and crashing into bodybuilders and then getting to fist fights with them. At one point I saw a guy and I didn't like his scarf, so I tried to punch him and he ran away, and I did like a foot chase through like a suburban neighborhood for like literally like 5 minutes until I finally caught up to him and killed him.
Mm-hmm. Of course you killed him. Why would? There's no other alternative. It's either death or let him off free.
Yeah, well, I mean, that scarf, man.
Yeah, I wasn't into it as much as you guys are, or at least Hamza, but Yeah, I liked it. Did you mess with GTA Online that much, Hamza?
Yeah,
I was
aspect,
so excited for that, and
I was too, and then
they
it just
needed
kind
the
of fell
heist in
flat on
there.
his face. Yeah.
Like, it's just not complete yet, and they
Well,
admitted it would be like that, but still.
and I mean, a lot of the issue too is that you have to start from the beginning again. You know, building up your character and all this stuff, and like a lot of the cool stuff is when your character's a higher level, but until then, it's just like I don't want to do the same fucking mission over and over
Oh,
and
the
over.
missions aren't fun. It's
Yeah, I don't want to play deathmatch on that broken system.
See,
Either.
the like 30 minutes of GTA Online I tried, all I did was try to hunt down and kill other players. And
that part
was
is
fun.
There,
That was fun.
there was these guys in the server I was on. And they had a helicopter, and it was I don't even know what can you have 4 people in a helicopter at a time. They had the max number. They all had like the high level machine guns, and they would just like fly, land by a player, jump out, kill him, get back in. You couldn't do anything. It was, but I mean the fun thing for me as as like a player witnessing this is the ability to go into the safe mode. And how you can toggle that at the last possible second, and then they're like, "Damn it, I'll get you next time."
Yeah, I had this one intense shootout with this guy because we were like out in like the sort of beachfront rural areas, like out on the highways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how we came across each other, but it would be like he would kill me, and then you'd respawn nearby. So I just try to run and find him again and kill him, and then try to get away before he respawned nearby and like got to me. And like eventually, as this progressed, it just became like cops everywhere too on top of it, and it was just this just insane moment of like just anger and trying to just murder each other, and get away.
I think my favorite moment from GTA Online was like I got into a gunfight with another player, gunned him down, and then his car was right there, so I got in his car. I stole his car and I just drove it into like the ocean. And
I've done that too. I have just messed with people for no good reason, but that's what GTA Online does to a person. It turns them into scum of the earth.
Yeah. I mean, that's what GTA is. You know,
It is.
You steal a taxi, you get a pedestrian, and then you drive them into the ocean. Like
You kill a man for a scarf.
exactly. I think one of my my dark horse game of the years is Kentucky Route Zero. Even though only 2 episodes have been released this year, but it's so good.
Yeah, we were having this discussion before with a couple people. I think that should count. Why not?
Yeah. I don't think it doesn't count. It's just like we were supposed to have more episodes, but that's okay because what we have is still really good, and I assume the rest will be really good.
Yeah, even if it takes a while.
Yeah.
We just got a couch delivered into the Destructoid HQ, like literally right now. Is that the couch?
I hope so. Someone else's couch.
Yeah, that was Max Scoville there in the background, ladies and gentlemen.
So, why do we have a couch there now? Did you not have a couch before?
So
They threw their couches out.
Yeah, we threw our old couches out and we gutted our entire living room to basically create this little studio setup for all our future live shows and YouTube shows. And
how do you live in there?
I don't know.
Without a living room.
So yeah, now we got a couch again, so we can do Let's Play videos proper at our offices. Which is, it's fine that we got rid of our old couches. A lot of sex happened on those couches, and it was kind of shitty to sit on them when it was other people's sex. That probably was too much information.
They were really soft couches, though.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna do on a soft couch? It's
bang, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Bang all the peoples. I think we should wrap up
this
episode on that note.
Close to the end here. Oh my gosh, I saw Max for a second. What was I supposed to say? Okay, so we're gonna try and do this every week, Wednesday at 11 Pacific to noon. That's the plan anyway. I don't know how well we'll stick to it. So this is going up on YouTube, right, Hamza? I don't even know the details.
Yeah. So the plan is like on average it'll be me, Jordan, Steven, and hopefully Dale. Dale was on our episode 0, which will be on iTunes.
Mhm.
We're gonna do this live every Wednesday at 11.
Yep, 11.
And then we'll have the episode go up on YouTube for all the people who continue to watch it. Plus, we'll have the audio-only version go up on our iTunes. Because this is a legit podcast, yo. This is Hardline. We're doing it, finally.
I'm just going to make you into the new host.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, no. It's okay.
Next week, actually. This is great. We're starting a new podcast, and one of the main hosts won't be around for a couple
And one
weeks.
of our main cast members isn't here. Why not? That's
Yeah.
how we do it.
This is Destructoid, baby.
Look at me, I'm Hamza. I go on vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you crazy vacation-going people.
I was gonna say, and in the future episodes, we'll be opening up to our huge members chat room. If you're a huge member, there's a special chat room you can access on Destructoid at all times, and we'll be taking questions from there. And we'll be interacting with all y'all on Twitch.
Yeah, we've
We're all
been.
at Southern now.
I've been glancing to the side to see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we hope to incorporate you guys in the show. I think that'll help us when there's weeks like this where there's not that much interesting news going on.
Yeah, I mean, in general, we'll be circulating some cast members too. We're gonna try to go for like at least 4 people going forward.
Uh-huh.
Conrad can jump in, Max can jump in, Bill Zoeker. Also, Bill Zoeker, our lovely producer, he's been helping make all this app happen. We don't know the technologies to make
We
this
couldn't
happen.
do it ourselves, so we
Yeah.
got him to do it
So
for
Bill
us.
Zoeker is running this shit, doing an awesome job. The Hardline logo was created by Max Scoville. He does all our arts.
Coffee.
Someone's alarm is beeping.
No, it's coffee.
How dare you? And yeah, that's the first official Hardline episode in video and soon to be audio formats.
Yeah, okay, so go check out our new Detoid, our YouTube channel is the same as always, but Max is on it now.
Yeah.
New stuff is happening, youtube.com/Detoid, and the Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Destructoid. Please
Check
go
out
to those.
The front page, Destructoid.com. We got all these lovely
Does-
holiday buyers guides going up today.
Please
Check
read
out.
the guides.
Please
Actually,
read
for
them.
real, like we had 3 guides going up. One went up the other day for games, today for random miscellaneous stuff and other hardware accessories. It's Black Friday coming up. Might as well
Get some alligator meat.
get
Get some alligator meat and a $150 3DS XL with Legend of Zelda.
That is one of the best Black Friday deals I've seen. That is
Yeah.
so tempting.
People are gonna be trampled at Target over
Oh,
this.
I'm sure they will be.
Though I kind of think that 3DS is ugly.
I like the color.
And I also
palette.
would rather play Wind Waker. Anyways,
Before we can run at him with pitchforks and all of our other utensils for death. That's it, Steven, you're free.
Yeah.
you can tell me why my opinions on Zelda are bad on Twitter.
And we're
Detoid Steven.
all right. We should.
Oh,
plug
yeah.
plugs. Actually, before that, I wanted to also address Podzoid. That will be coming back. We're actually actively talking about it now. It's gonna be Conrad, Jonathan Holmes, Max Scoville, and maybe one other person, another creeper from Destructoid. He likes to talk about boners a lot, and that's probably the biggest giveaway right there. That will hopefully be coming back in the next couple weeks. Until then, I am Hamza Aziz. You can follow me on Twitter at CTZ.
I'm Jordan Devore. My Twitter is at DetoidJordan.
And I'm Steven Hansen. And I'm going to say my Twitter again. It's at Detoid Steven.
You got to get those Twitter mentions in
Yeah, boy.
that no one actually listens to. Got to do it. All right, see you guys next Wednesday. We'll be back.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yeah, go spend some time with your families.
Go throw a turkey in someone's face.
That too.
And then
Don't get too drunk and get into screaming fights out in the street.
And go have sex on a couch.
Okay, let's just end this.
Bye. Thanks for listening, guys.